pre-game fight, like a 5-on-5 bounty rune fight in this one.
Yeah, this is the combination, quick wit and mental fortitude, where you buy other items that don't gives you intelligence. That's something that doesn't give you intelligence, and then you get intelligence from it anyway, and then you also get attack speed from that intelligence that you got. So I've seen Darkseers from the off lane, also Darkseers from the safe lane. They buy 4 gauntlets. Look at his mana pool. It's 700. He almost has the same amount of mana as he does HP level 1. Never mind. It was bugged. Was it bugged on your screen?
Yeah,
when
it was.
Okay. The numbers seem too high because I remember seeing gauntlets, like 4 gauntlets, and I'm like, yeah, this should be around 500 mana. And like, why is it 600 now? But yeah.
I'm a little disappointed the OD took Overwhelming Devour, by the way, as his facet, because the other one goes by like 20 different names. The Obsidian Decimator, which also shows up as Omniscient Desiderator, Ominous Discernment, Obnoxious Determinator. Like, there's so many different ones. They are really having fun with that facet. But he goes for the singular named Overwhelming Devourer.
And then TB with his... I know a lot of people have been complaining about TB recently, that he's just not good, that he's got pretty heavily nerfed. Also want to see what his item build is going to be. I've seen decent amount of Terrorblades with Mask of Madness, because your spells pretty much don't cost mana anymore. It's just like, oh, Conjure Image, you need to get the health back. It costs 15% of your current health. And that Voodoo Restoration is going to be available. Tiny. There's always a lot to talk about when we get into the game. You got to go pretty much through all the faucets. Crash Landing, that's the position for Tiny. Ori. And there's that slow from Tiny.
Imprisonment.
Stoss. Not going to be enough. Mana Allergy, it has been applied. That's the old Aghanim Scepter and the hook.
Oh, yeah, hook hits. This is first blood for the side of KEV. Something about saying KEV. It feels like that's an IGN for somebody.
Let's see. Orb of Phantom Pudge. Not your standard stuff. Already used his Blood Grenade. Has another hook available. Didn't get... oh, he got the hook. Look at that. Underneath the tower. Bottom lane.
Oh, gosh.
FY. 0 armor.
Yeah, meanwhile,
the
Red
full
Panda's
damage.
dying.
He got Voodoo Festerated.
This is not going to be fun. Ooh, FY again fighting here. Hook is available, so the further FY gets, if Undyne can just land this hook, 360 no-scope it, and you're going to do a lot of damage. Undyne trying to do damage. Meanwhile, Undyne the magic, usually a healing magic. There's the call. That connects. Undyne in a little bit far, but the vacuum Ion Shell not going to be enough to deter that damage from coming in and getting the kill onto the Pudge. Oh, early on into this meta as well.
What a crazy world we live in. Like, what are these lanes? If somebody asked you which heroes are going to be picked and in which roles coming into this game, we'd probably get 2, maybe 3 heroes correctly out of it.
It would be, what do you think this is? A pro game or an Archon 3 game?
This is them doing the, what's it called? The Crownfall Act 2.
Oh, they're getting the tokens.
Yeah, they're farming the tokens right now. Undyne.
Ion Shell and Rot, so FY gonna die here to Undyne.
Level 1 Rot is not really like that great. You can't just slow him down enough. I guess that's why. Oh, there's the hook, the big one.
Hook hit
Ion
from
Shell,
quite a distance.
Vacuum.
Call vacuum back, and Bach is alive. Oh no! He tossed on FY.
He wanted the solo XP. He got it. Sorry, but not sorry. You look at him pretending that he's like dragging the creep wave and actually going for a healing Lotus. So like, oh, I'm gonna hold the creep wave for you underneath the tower. You get the solo XP, bro. It's all good.
And now up top, it looks as though they're gonna lose themselves TMing. And Centaur getting credit for that kill.
It's a strong lane. Like, you have Centaur plus Dark Willow, you get hit by a Bramble Maze. You're also playing into melee hero. Half melee, half range, of course. Terrorblade, he swaps with meta. But this is such an interesting concept in the bottom, where they are using the hook with another good hook underneath the tower. Okay. Undyne. He is landing the hooks, and with Flare's hook, max damage, it gets pretty freaking wild.
FY? Again, just getting run at here. Ooh's got vacuum, and they've got the pressure. Ooh, not gonna vacuum, actually gonna surge. Oi! Undyne looking for it. What are you thinking? He's hit 80% of his hooks, 60% of his hooks right now?
I think he landed 4 out of 5, yeah, so you might be right.
Yeah,
He's cooking. Another hook is available.
Always cooking. Oh.
Nah.
Percentages are getting lower, and
7 out of 8.
Accuracy.
Okay.
Update
I mean,
that. Yeah.
He landed those 2 hooks immediately onto Beastmaster. Got the first blood for Butterfly Effect. Ori, in terms of CS, he's not doing too hot as expected. We didn't even check the mid lane, considering how much action is happening in the side lanes. But I want to see if he gets any stacks going for himself as this mid Beastmaster. The Wild Axes, he did take the Beast Mode facet, the Inner Beast, you activate it, and you get damage amplification. So that's pretty cool. You're going to be playing off your axes. The numbers get pretty high. It's a lot of text, though. Everything is, no matter what you click on right now. Voodoo Fast Duration with Maledict.
Top lane, they've got help here from FY. Toss back, and that will be a kill for TMing. His Gris gold is at 137, by the way. Look at the double edge and having that counter strike as that facet. So, you know, the facets are starting to come alive, and now they've got the call Ion Shell with the Rot Bach alone. And, well, nobody's going to be here to help out. The hook doesn't land, so Bach able to run away.
Oh, these are some... Like, this wasn't the easiest hook. Also, it doesn't deal as much damage, but you want to keep them inside Rot. You want to keep them on top of the Iron Shell, which is level 3, maybe even double shell. Tianming. Very annoying to play into Witch Doctor nowadays with this combo. Butterfly Effect making his first move. Should be an easy kill.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he's just chilling.
Well, he'll end up dead there. Unfortunate for him, but now they're going for low, and again, no reactions yet from Azure. The Sanities is dropped, low is dead, and FY is late to the party, which means they've pretty much given up another life.
Right into Bramble.
FY, he's hooked, he's killed. Ori's now here. Primal Roar and Axe is thrown over onto the Dark Willow. Azure, one by one, they have thrown bodies into just death.
He's getting the triple kill. Like, I feel like he did not want to get any of these kills. Maybe the second kill, yeah. First, he lets the TB kill, gets it with the Rot anyway, and then lands another hook onto Tiny, gets that kill, throws in the Blood Grenade, finishes him off. But it was a nice rotation going to the Twin Gates. Very active early on, level 5. XP Rune has picked up level 5.5 on that Pudge. 5 Flesh Heap. So that's extra 7 strength for him for now.
By the way, Undyne is a level 30 Pudge player.
You can tell. You can definitely tell the way he was landing some of these hooks, especially early on.
It's looking good right now for KEV. They're 2K ahead. The breakdown is certainly there from the side of Azure at the moment. Now Ori, who has not had the most fun of lanes, is sitting pretty low on the net worth. They're trying to make something happen. All of Azure are here, and they're not really doing anything on this. Hook a little bit early. Undyne not able to time it right. Looking for that long hook range. And you said cast range, you want to get it on Undyne. You want to be able to throw those hooks even further. We'll see, as now they're showing top again. This is a level 5 Centaur, and the cast bouncing, only hitting onto this Centaur once. The Astral Imprisonment trying for the save. The Cursed Crown on TM Ming, who's trying to commit to the kill onto the Centaur. They'll at least trade, but it's another death on this Witch Doctor.
Oh, things are looking good for KEV. They are playing the map real nicely, and I'm looking at the build from Ulu. This is not something that you see. First of all, you don't see Darkseer as a carry, so he's buying the strength items. He's like, the way this works, Crimson Guard now gives you percentage of the block from your max HP, and also with the Darkseer, like, your intelligence cannot be lower than his strength or agility, so on any agility or strength that you buy, like, this is just so cool. Like, people have been theory crafting a lot.
I love to see the theory crafting, what we get out of said theory crafting. Ooh, Bach, hook. Grabbing that hook, has that level 6, Ion Shell, and the wall. The damage is just so overwhelming.
Undyne is destroying them completely with these hooks. Needs constant mana regeneration, has that clarity. Will pick up the Lotus.
They'll get themselves a Primal Roar, Centaur in trouble, and he'll die again to TMing.
Shanxi is not having a fun time in this game.
No, not at all, but you're giving up a lot here to have both your mid and your safe laner really come out ahead, as they'll take it a second. Red Panda is the one who falls on that, this time to Ori, so at least a little bit of gold going and getting injected into this mid Beastmaster.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Every time we talk about KEV, it feels like we're talking about a hive mind.
It's like some guy, you know, KEV. Uh-oh, not again.
Everybody rotating from the side of KEV, and Cursed Crown Hoof Stomp, that's through. That will land and be enough to get the kill onto the Witch Doctor here. At least get one, but it was Power Ranger rotations coming in from KEV.
Oh man, I'm really worried for Azure. DB, what he's playing into, he does not like to play into Darkseer, whether from offlane, carry, or any other position, creating illusion of him, and then having magic damage burst. Dark Willow, Centaur, Pudge, and of course, something that can blow him up. His intelligence, like his max mana, is really not that great. So playing against OD can be tricky. Another hook!
Yeah, they're looking. TB in trouble, has Sunder, but won't even get a chance to get it off. They're smoked up on the side of Azure, but they don't find Butterfly Effect, who just walk up to the Witch Doctor. Used Astral Imprisonment, so he's kind of vulnerable here, but there's the TP immediately for the Darkseer. Avalanche comes through, cast Maledict into the ult. There's a wall down, Primal Roar. They get the kill on Ulu. Now the damage on a Butterfly Effect finally has that Astral Imprisonment once again. Sanity's used, and there will be a trade.
Well, I mean, this is your carry. So Darkseer, he will need to scale. Right now, he is on top of the network. They want to keep the tempo, keep this momentum. They feel Azure can't really fight back right now. So 400 gold off of his Crimson Guard. Once he finishes that, they're going to group up and try to get stuff done. Bach is very far away from his Blink Dagger. First of all, he's not having a good time. He got hooked multiple times in the lane, got killed off. Blade Mail has been nerfed. In terms of cost, you need extra 200 gold. So his Blink Dagger definitely going to be delayed.
So, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Witch Doctor, DMing, saving up money with the Gris.
Dagon.
Yeah, and has Dagon queued up.
This is to kill off the illusion from TB when Darkseer creates the illusion with Wall of Replica or Aghanim Scepter normal punch.
Okay.
It's probably going to be used to maledict the Dagon.
That's where
to
my
kill
mind's
him.
at.
No, that's a pop build, but he wants to kill off that illusion instantly.
We'll see. I want to see some aggressive Witch Doctor Maledict for Dagon 5. They're coming bottom. Or at least, Ori is. Ori, by the way, 404 on the build.
New
no
build,
core, no hawk.
Yeah, you're playing mid Beastmaster. You're gonna get like with this faucet that he picked up, Beast Mode. Love the name, of course. And yeah, whoever you attack, you get the Wild Axe's damage amplification, and then with the Drums of Slum, it's gonna be a lot of slumming. That's all I'm saying.
Do you remember that DP? Ooh, hook, hold that thought. FY getting hooked at a large distance.
Yeah, I'll finish your thought. I know what you're talking about. I remember when Beastmaster had 0 cooldown on his axes, yes.
No, that was not what I was thinking about. But I am now thinking about it. I was going to say, do you remember at the end of DPC Western Europe when we went into that tiebreaker day and all of a sudden Beastmaster Slom was getting picked all the time, and now we just see Beastmaster Slomming all the time with the axe?
Well, haven't seen it in quite some time, but ever since the patch dropped, it definitely feels like the build that you can go for.
Ori, meanwhile, like we said, in the jungle, going for that Ags, but compare that to the OD. A level ahead, going into the 4-staff, has this Witchblade. They are smoked up. And let's see if they find anybody.
I thought you were going to say the 0 Wild Axe's cooldown, because that's his
that,
new level 25 talent.
Is that the one to always take?
Yeah, I guess so. If you're playing off of that.
We'll see.
Butterfly effect, good cast.
And now they've got the Primal Roar. The damage onto the OD is overwhelming. Butterfly effect dies very quickly. They'll bedlam on top of this Dark Willow, or just throwing on himself to make sure that they're able to get the kill on the FY. But it's a trade that Azure Ray are happy to make. They killed off the OD,
Hook
but
with
they
lens.
have to lose
Check the
nothing
range.
more. Oi! Vacuum into the hook. They will find Tia Ming, who gets a Maledict off, trying to get a cask and run, but the rot's too much. They'll take out Ori, 3 dead on Azure Ray.
So losing OD immediately, the way they executed was like Dark Willow was not close enough to use the Terrorize, but that cask into Roar, into Witch Doctor ulti, destroyed him immediately. Yeah, it gets pretty wild. The AoE, also want to see in a minute or two when he picks up his neutral item, if he gets blessed by Gaben. If you get Eye of the Vizier, or if you get Psychic Headband 27 minutes into the game, your cast range is going to be so good. It's like, you can't even see. It's bigger than the full range when the hero is in the center of the screen, and also increasing your saving capability. So whoever gets jumped with the shard, you're going to be able to save people from a distance.
So we'll see if the hooks can continue. So far, they look really good.
I mean, they look good. He's in 12 out of 15, out of 17 kills. Butterfly effect, we'll pretend that we did not see that one.
Yeah, Sanity's just dropped on the floor. Can I get an update on the hook stats? This is how we're going to know if he's doing well or not. It's not your KDA, it's your hook percentage.
It's going down. It's like we're getting into the mid game. It's not the laning stage anymore. But
I'm going to say over 60%.
Yeah, I would say between 60 and 70.
Anything over 40%, I would even say is good. If you're
Wow,
throwing a
you
lot
really have no faith in Pudge.
No, it wasn't the no faith in Pudge, but I'm saying like game total, if your hook percentage is over 40% and you've thrown 100 hooks, that means you've hit 40 of them.
That also means you missed 60 hooks.
Hey, you miss 100% of the hooks you don't take.
And there it is, 52, 12 out of 23.
What I don't like about that stat I believe hitting creeps is still a miss.
Yes.
So the deliberate hitting of creeps
Radiant's
makes that
bottom
stat
tower
worse,
is
which we've seen them do a couple times. So that's actually higher than it is. Same.
And also saving your allies doesn't count.
Yes.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Bit unfair, if you ask me. How's this Witch Doctor Dagon? Oh, okay. He's only the voodoo mask away. And he still has not consumed the Gris, so he's still got 600 gold in the bank.
That's his mask. Like, he can use his... If he had a different cosmetic, he could have used that voodoo mask. Because it's part of his tool. Kind of, you know, having a voodoo restoration, voodoo restoration. We're cooking something. Maybe Witch Doctor should not need voodoo mask to build Dagon.
That sounds like a free 700 gold item to me. I feel a little broken. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the ideas. Ag's finished on Ori, so he's going to be drumming and slamming along. We'll say KEV, they felt like the more dominant team so far, but they're only up 4,000 gold.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Starts to get a little bit worrying against TB late game, right?
Not yet. TB is still in a really rough spot, I would say. Even though he's top 3 in net worth, this hero gets bursted pretty early on. He did pick up the Demon Zeal as his shard, so that's going to increase his farming capabilities.
Did not hit anything, so it's going to lower the percentage a little bit. They did see him go through the Twin Gate with the ward in the top side, so they knew he came through here, and they're going to turn it on him. So Butterfly Effect getting the kill in a low with that Sanities. And that's that little bit of vision that they have by the Twin Gate that just allows him to have that info. All terrorize, roar, use FY going in with the avalanche. They have the toss. And they get
Beautifully
2 kills
executed gank from Azure. Blink call, and then FY with his blink in, tosses it onto Darkseer, gets that extra damage from his crash landing faucet. How much damage was that from Beastmaster? Not quite recap. Doesn't work for me for some reason. Yeah. 1200. That was pretty much immediately. Couple of right clicks. Drums a slum. And also when he activates his inner beast.
That really quick damage coming through. We're starting to see some power coming out from this Beastmaster. Still on Gris watch here for Witch Doctor. He does have Dagon level 1. Still has this Gris. How long is, like... I'm wondering how long you normally hold this item.
You're holding it. If things are working well for you, if you don't... Oh, now he, of course, Tian Ming
shard?
gets
All
the
right.
shard suddenly in the middle of the pack. The most farm support. So he's going to keep that. He definitely wanted to buy shard, so with that getting... Uh-oh. Hey, they're not going to get the jump.
I think now you what? Swap over to...
You swap to, like, either Glimmer Cape or some big item, Aghanim Scepter. If things
That's
are
what I
going
was
well for
thinking.
you, yeah, you can
They
definitely carry the
stampeded.
game with the Witch Doctor.
Did they stampede thinking that that illusion was
They did.
real?
Getting baited by the illusions.
Wow.
Butterfly effect. This time it was not him.
Yeah, not him throwing the ult down just like that. By the way, OD going into their own ags. Get that Essence Flux. Primal Roar used, Undying, dying. So now is the effectiveness of the Pudge kind of running out. As you see, even though they've got a Pudge that was involved in a lot, gold-wise, Pudge isn't really getting much.
Dire's bottom
No,
tower
he
is
is
under
playing that 5, also a bit of a in no man's land. Low, man, what is Low doing?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a big question mark for me. He just died there and went back to the bottom lane to die again. Fool me once, they say. I'm not sure what they say about the third one when he runs in. Third time's the charm.
Apparently not this time, but I really do like that they know where Low... I would assume that this is a little bit of knowing a little of the farm patterns, but you've got this obs here by the outpost that's over bottom by the Twin Gate, and they also had the other one by the Twin Gate, knowing that he's been moving around the jungle like that.
Radiant's top tower is
So
under attack.
the ward vision there from KEV is given the opportunity for them to get those kills. Like I really like that little bit of vision that they've been getting to get all that info.
Radiant's top tower is
Ori
under
almost has his BKB.
Radiant's top tower.
I'm just doing the numbers on Ulu's shield block from Crimson Guard. So 100% chance to block 70 plus 2.5 of his max HP. Right now sitting at 2,500. So he blocks for extra like 60-ish.
Well, it says 2.5% of the caster's max health. So what's your max health?
Well, he is the caster, the one who casted Crimson Guard. Well, you think you, Benjamin Koppelov, known as B-Cop, as a caster. What?
That's what I was asking you. What's your max health?
Well, I don't have much HP. I need to put on some weight. I
Gotta
would
get
go
those
down
kilos
quick.
up.
Yeah, I would go down quickly.
Yeah, I want to say this Crimson Guard change feels like it could be very strong. So it's 2.5% of the caster's max health value from each incoming attack. He's got... So it's another 70-ish amount of damage block. Okay. I think we've done good math on that one. 2.5% of 2,500.
It's 60. It's like 60.
Yeah, because
60,
1% is
63.
25.
Yeah, so 130.
Yeah,
It's pretty nice.
not too bad. Low again. I want to say, yeah, this ward spotted him once more, and it's a freshly based ward. It also sees the Witch Doctor, who will die, and they even commit the Stampede to it. Never getting that voodoo switcheroo off. Chris worth about 1,000 gold right now. Call. All right. Not getting that Culling Blade, so at least the trade coming through for Azure, who have kind of struggled with Low, but elsewhere they're finding a little bit of success. Low's 0-4. It has not been good for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So he'll go for the mid-tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower
And finally get that while the side of KEV gets a Tormentor, and they've got themselves that shard now on the Centaur, which is that upgraded double edge. So, seeing how this goes, as they can continue to just find some farm around the map wherever they can for the moment.
If this game goes like super late, Centaur can be annoying. OD with Aghanim Scepter having that strong dispel.
Oh, again. They found Undyne and another Culling Blade for Bach. He's got 10 coats of blood, 4 armor harvested from Axe's Axe.
And I'm just doing the math as we are like watching the
Use.
game.
Looking for the Terrorize.
Astral.
Sanity's going to be dropped here, and they're going to find themselves the call on a Butterfly effect. They'll get the kill on a TMing. They'll end up trading Red Panda as they're trying to go after Butterfly effect, but he is safe for the moment. They drop down that wall. They'll buy back on Pudge. They want to get some hooks out of this one. The Avalanche, and now the hook. That lands on FY. They'll end up getting themselves another one with Ori dying. They've got the Dismember. It's going to be through onto Bach, but they're looking for the damage onto Ulu. Metamorphosis is committed. Ulu's going to fall here, but they get the kill on a low. That's that double edge killing off this Terrorblade, and another kill for Shanxi as he takes away Bach. That's a full team wipe for KEV.
Oh man, these numbers from Shanxi, they need to be super hype in the previous fight. He's popping it off with the Counter-Strike innate, the Faucet. It's just a bit too 5.7 KHP coming out from a Centaur with the Blade Mail in the middle of them. So you're like receiving any kind of damage, and you're just popping that damage that you received in the last 6 seconds. And we're gonna see the replay.
Dire's middle tower
FY getting out of trouble, having mana allergy on top of him. I think as like this game goes longer, things are gonna get much more difficult for KEV, considering that you have this carry Darkseer. So eventually he's gonna fall off. Sure, we're not in that territory where he's, you know, still 6 slotted or anything. But
Right.
Shanxi, that 2-man stomp, that double edge was basically like 500-600 HP on a Terrorblade. A hero doesn't have much base damage, sorry, base HP. So he goes down super quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is
Low.
under attack.
Shadowblade, okay. Shard, Shadowblade, Manta Style, and Dragonlance. Not sure what he's cooking, but I kind of dislike this cuisine. I really don't like what he's doing in these fights.
Yeah, Shadowblade, I heard this item's not that great.
People are theory crafting with the Shadowblade, of course. Some like position 4/5 DBs. You're losing HP with Conjure Image, and then you are getting the swap with your Sunder. That's the other faucet where you can use it no matter the HP on the enemies or yourself. And another Aegis, this time with the cheese for Shanxi. Super tanky on a Centaur. They need to burst him down from 100 to 0. Because if he gets the cheese off, things are going to be much more difficult.
Right.
But we talked about scaling, and Centaur, something not to underestimate is Centaur in the late game. He deals a lot of damage.
Certainly so. We saw it in that last fight. So much damage coming out, and he was fortunate enough to get that shard for free. So now he's going into the Shivas. He's also going to have Heart after that. It feels like this Centaur is getting to a point where you can't really put any focus on him because I don't think you're going to kill him that quickly.
So Double Edge, the Counter-Strike one, basically can become Double Edge. It goes up to 100% of the Double Edge bonus.
Right.
Damage does reset, so you need to soak up like more damage to be able to get more damage done. But it does feel nice as a Centaur, where you are gonna get focused, because if you're not getting focused, and now with the shard available, it also slows them down and increases your strength. So every single time you pop a Double Edge, getting multiple values, like double the value, quadruple the value from it.
So let's see. Shadowblade at work. Potentially. I thought Low might want to go for it, but he breaks out of the Shadowblade immediately. Azure not really set or focused on being offensive just yet. They've been farming, they've been playing very defensively, and now Terrorblade has that upgrade. He's put it into the Silver Edge.
Silver Edge is a good pickup. He's thinking differently. He wants to break the Essence Flux on OD to be able to burst him down so that it doesn't proc. So that's pretty cool. It's just, is it gonna be enough? Are those like 5 seconds gonna be enough to burst
get
him down
that
from
kill.
100 to 0 with the axe? I think yes, but then again, if Undyne gets his shard off, or if he gets the hook off, dismember, whatever, it's gotta be a save, and they will need to reset. So you're kind of committed already.
Still not eating the grit. Like, is there a point where you're getting negative returns? I don't know how stocks work, but like Gris now at 1,300 gold just about. There's got to become a time where...
Well, it's not negative. It's always getting better. But the longer you hold it, the better it gets. The time passes by.
But what if
with
the game
each
ends?
death- Well, he's gonna get a big item. Like, I think he's pretty happy with the shard that he picked up. This is your buyback gold, if necessary. But you need to use it, of course, before you die. You need to eat the Gris. What is Gris or Gree?
I have no idea. I know grits is like a southern thing. I don't know what gris is. Maybe it's something voodoo we just don't know.
Oh, it's
Vacuum back.
African.
Going in. Primal Roar onto the tier 4
They're
towers.
very deep in.
Astro Imprisonment to get the save onto the Darks here. They drop down the Sanity's Eclipse. Or is going to be one shot from dead. The double edge comes out from the Centaur to get the kill there. Shanxi again able to do so much damage. And Ori just unable to get away. They've got low nearby in the Silver Edge. They've got the Blink as well as the call. The Astro Imprisonment on the wall. There's the cast bouncing around on two of these heroes. Maldek's there. Looking for the hoof stomp. Goes up into the air. Bach trying to run away. Another double edge is used. They've got the root on it too. Look at the damage. Bach gets blown up. This might just be the end of the game. I mean, this is a fight that is happening inside the base of Azure Ray. They need to be very careful. They still have the Aegis on the side of Butterfly Effect. They get the kill on a TMing, and they will continue to sit on this high ground.
They were so deep in with the Stampede, but the beautiful wall, they have the cheese, they have the Aegis still up and running on Butterfly Effect. But most importantly, I figure out what Gree is. It is a voodoo amulet originating in West Africa, which is believed to protect the wearer from evil or bring luck. So that's pretty cool. I like the lore from it, and it is pronounced Gree.
Is it something you can eat, though?
It is an amulet, so I assume it can be a lot of things.
Radiant's bottom tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Pretty nice.
Middle barracks are
By the way, that Grigri was eaten or consumed.
Okay, is that.
And now 4 staff and mech on Witch Doctor.
He had mech before he ate the Gree,
Yeah.
but now it's sitting
Full
on
mech.
extra 1,000 gold. They lost melee barracks, range barracks down to 250 HP. Man, KEV, they've been cooking. And now Heart on Darkseer, so he gets even more intelligence from his, so now sitting at 140.
2,230 mana for this Darkseer going into the BKB next. It just doesn't seem like there's consistent damage coming in from Azure Ray, right? Like, you want low to go in, but...
Yeah, look at the quick
Hell
wit, gaining
yeah.
69 attack speed.
Now, if the game goes long enough, if you can get that up to 420, we'll be happy. But
We
that
need
is
to get the intelligence. We need to get the intelligence to the same number. We need more strength.
Gotta get more strength. And going Yule's next. Thought about the BKB, but going into the Yule's, smoked up and looking for something. Red Panda going Blink next. Aether Lens Yule's. Not a lot of gold there. Bottom of the net worth for this Dark Willow, but it hasn't mattered. You know, the net worth is there for Azure Ray. They just can't keep these fights constant. There's the Astro Imprisonment. There's the Blinks Stampede to engage or disengage. Blinks coming in with a Hoof Stomp. They've got the Shard on Pudge. Like, there's no way to stick on these heroes. They have to burst them down. And Centaur's certainly not the one to go for. Blink looking for the call. Ooh, hit with the Battle Hunger. Call used, but doesn't land it. Now they go to the Terror Wave. Lowe's trying to get something done with Butterfly Effect in some trouble, but they go and use that Stampede. Primal Roar onto the Pudge. Astro Imprisonment, that lands on FY. One more right click, not going to do it, but the Vacuum coming through on into the wall. They pop that BKB on Bach. They'll look over at the rest. Darkseer coming in and out of these fights. They get the Culling Blade that goes off Undyne. The right clicks onto TM Ming that killed off this Witch Doctor. Axe is being thrown from the side. Avalanche as well as a toss. FY dies from one right click from Butterfly back there. Looking to get the kill here. Bach ends up dead. Sunder used. Ooh, falls. It's a triple kill for Butterfly Effect, but 4 years out on the side of KEV. Ooh, Silver Edge.
Broken.
Can
Retaliate
they clean
does not
up?
work.
Ooh, he's getting away. It looks like he'll just be able to blink. They'll give up the chase. But it's a 4 for 3 with a buyback coming out from the Witch Doctors. So net worth-wise, they do gain a little bit on Azure Ray. But amount of damage coming out from Ori there is he's able to survive, unlike that fight over mid. And KEV showing that there might not be as much strength as we thought.
I'm not sure if they... Because I don't remember seeing the Essence Flux going off. I'm not sure if he got broken this time with the Silver Edge, but yeah, Primal Rory has been used on to Pudge, almost immediately killing him, and this constant damage from Drums of Slum. Let's see that one. His Butterfly Effect should still have his Essence Flux available. Haunted. Yeah, beautiful call from Bach, and Low finally manages to get in and get some damage done.
That also happens because you have FY who barely survives, and he has the ability to blink back in, has that avalanche and the toss. He was one shot from dead, but got to sneak into those trees up at the top of that fight. So there were chances to clean him up, but all of a sudden now, 4,000 net worth lead here for Azure.
Some big items on their side. Azure low did pick up the Aghanim Scepter, so having Terra Wave available deals damage now with the Fear mechanic. A lot of AoE control on their side with Tiny, Blink Call from Axe going into Bloodstone next. So that's going to be even more if you get to his like level 25. So that's going to be even bigger, the way you can control a fight.
Right now,
Ori with his Drums of Slum activates his Inner Beast with the Beast mode. That's a lot of right clicks going on that go for S and Y, so has that extra attack speed, extra status resistance. He deals tons of damage and immediately use Roar, which is level 3 right now, so you get 20 of those Drums of Slum stacks immediately.
and that is, yeah, like you said, a lot of damage coming out from Ori very quickly. 32 to 22 here, 5,000 net worth lead now for Azure. And you were talking about it, when you hit that level 25 on TB, you have that 30 seconds extra Metamorphosis duration. You start with the Terra Wave. That gives you 10 seconds on Metamorphosis. Your Metamorphosis naturally is 50 seconds, so you've got a full minute under your belt.
Pretty much. We're going to call it perma for now to sound it more dramatic.
I could do that. I love
Lying.
overselling
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
noticed.
No, whoa, lying's not the right word. Come on. don't say it like that. Overly dramatic was what I was looking for as
Radiant structures are
who's one piece into an Ags right now, because they're almost there. Refresher for Beastmaster. I'm double roar with Salam. See the damage output go even higher.
Yeah, hard to notice like how much. I'm gonna keep an eye on Wild Axes, how many damage amp you get, because with the Inner Beast, with your attack speed, every single time you hit, you do apply Drums of Slum, you do apply Wild Axes while your Inner Beast is active.
Look for the right positioning. FY goes in. Terra Wave. Now they're trying to get the kill here. They look for the hook with the BKB, but they go to the Primal Roar with the right click damage coming up from low. He backs up for a second. The Terrorize lands onto the TB. They aren't able to finish off the darts here. They got the BKB pop by Ori as well as the Cheese Eaten. They've got the Bedlam out of the Centaur, but the right click's coming up from Butterfly Effect. Vacuum onto three. Into the wall. They'll get the kill to Ori. They'll take out FY. Bach for a blink call. He's got one, but it's not going to help out this TB. Dead and has Metamorphosis, but needs to be able to survive. Goes into the Demon Zeal, but the right clicks are in. They get the kill on Undyne. They'll end up losing low. Down goes this Witch Doctor, dead for 100 without buyback. And that is 4 heroes dead on the side of Azure Ray. They didn't lose much of anything here, and they might be able to pressure into these towers and potentially
they wanna go
even finish.
Undyne, he was so ready, misses the hook immediately onto Darkseer, but blinks in, 4 staffs. I believe they also used the Stampede. Gets the save onto Darkseer. His HP regeneration is through the roof when he's eaten by a Pudge with Heart of Taras. And they want to close it out. No buyback on low. This is 4v5. Make it 3v5 because Witch Doctor's also gone for more than a minute. They should go for the end. You have Shanxi Park in front of the tier 4 towers. They need to buy back. Undyne also buying back. He knows.
They're going to go for the finish. Kev trying to get a win here. They'll go for the throne. 40 seconds without this TB. They vacuum on Ori, not allowing him to get in. They're just going to right-click the throne. They go to the Stampede. They look over as they've got this double edge. Ori's just dead immediately, and it's going to be Kev taking game number 1 over Azure. It looked like Azure were coming back, but Kev cooked, and they cooked it well as they will take this first game.
That was so nice and done. This very strong drafts, especially for Azure. You have the question is whether Brewmaster is going to be able to get the split off because they have no saves whatsoever, and they will need to build into saving items from the position 4 from pause 5, so 4 staff Glimmer Capes to be able to get the Brewmaster going through the team fight so that he doesn't die, especially in these mid-team fights.
So let's see if this smoke play turns into anything. First blood was there for Butterfly Effect in game number 1. Some pretty deep vision down from Azure with that ward. Interesting little move there. What kind of information does a ward like that get you?
Which one? This bottom one?
Yeah, the
Near the tier 2
Azure.
tower?
Yeah.
It gives you the opportunity to kill the creeps. FY has, I would say, enough move speed with Windlace on next Assassin. Because they're not afraid of what KEV is going to do in terms of the lanes. It's a scouting tool.
Battle begins.
See how that gets utilized. Ward over mid for the side of KEV, and of course, Azure getting their other one down.
Also, big quality improvement for Nyx Assassin in terms of Mind Flare. It does kill any unit that doesn't have mana. That does have mana. Oh, and there it is. He just killed it. Okay. So a lot of XP for him. Something that Nyx Assassin struggles with.
Right.
Is getting XP, getting himself to level 6. So this good amount of solo XP. Look at the amount of XP that he got from that range creep.
Yeah, about a fourth of his level. Just on that creep.
69 out of 240. So pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely pretty nice. So we'll see if he can get quickly to that level 2, and I think he's just going to do it again.
Keep doing that. All right. I would do it.
And he's
Dragging the creep wave.
dragging it all the way over, but there's shards. And now all of a sudden, look at this. You've got a creep lane happening in the jungle.
4 and 5 playing against each other, getting some of that solo XP back. Level 1 only for now. FY going for the third creep wave again.
He's just not much of an answer, right? Like, Undyne runs at him, but what else do you have going for it? Not choosing to take that range creep, though.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin's innate ability is kind of a weird one, I would say. Like, he can detect invisible heroes within 400 units of himself, which is not something Nyx Assassin would like to have, I would say.
Not the best, truthfully. Bach also, by the way, riled up with those shards, goes back into the flat cannon, trying to get that damage out on the Bach. And looking just short of getting that first blood.
Oh, he needed 3 more XP for level 2, so either with the tag team or a snowball would definitely be the first blood.
And actually going to drop here, and this time it's the Witch Doctor getting first blood, throwing a blood grenade and ultimately getting that kill. And we're on Gris watch once again. See how long the hold is this time around and what the item's going to be in terms of Witch Doctor with that extra gold. Some damage being done to low, but we're going to need a little bit more than that to get that kill onto the CK. They do some damage there on the TM Ming, but no real kill just yet. Maledict with the 1 second stun, and all of a sudden, well, he can't stay alive as Shanxi, and he did have these early lane deaths. They do end up trading at least one. Red Panda getting it with the Firefly.
He tried to do as much as he can before he dies, uses that double edge. Red Panda gets the solo XP for it. Nothing too fancy.
So he'll TP. Happy with dying, refilling that bottle there for Ori. Passing it back off. How do you like this matchup for Ori this time around?
Not much better. I mean, he was playing Beastmaster into OD, missed the raise. Needs to fall back immediately. Butterfly effect doesn't have much mana to work with. Has Magic Stick if necessary.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, at least has that. Ooh, losing his courier. FY again, still able to just be across enemy lines here. And has that extra information thanks to that ward. Not really a ward that's going to be found out, right?
Definitely not. I want to see some more, like, not necessarily jungling with Nyx Assassin, if you know what I mean, but you're passing by, the creep has mana, you instantly blow him up with the Mind Flare. Try to get those levels as soon as possible. But Bach also needs some levels, so right now he's being left alone in the bottom lane. I think FY doing a good job dragging away Undyne from the lane, knowing that Bach can't really die to Ulu.
And they got him close, but now he's able to tank up a little bit more, so the kill's not so easy, right? 1v1. And by the way, that Nyx Assassin, you did have FY go for that Mind Flare. He did take out a jungle creep. It's similar to what we see Maranas do, right, with Arrow?
Yeah, everybody loves to play. All the offlaners, they love when their pause 4 takes down creep immediately. Red Panda.
Now that's not going to be enough.
Only level 2 Maledict for now. We're 5 minutes into the game.
Forces Red Panda all the way back to base, though. I'm wondering if they'll make a move on Shanxi, because they've at least been able to kill him once already, and they are pinging it out. He is trying to drag the creep wave, but they've got the Reality Rift. A 1 second stun. The Maledict is in. Hoof Stomp slams down, and they don't quite have the damage on that one yet. As over mid, so trying to get a kill here onto this Tusk. Astro Imprisonment will give him a second longer of life, but still unable to dodge the inevitable death.
Nice read from FY. He knew exactly that there's going to be a rotation onto Ori. Pre 6 minutes with the Tusk. Very easy to execute. Either a snowball or just a block would have enough damage. Oh, the Astral tries to set things up with the Sanity's Eclipse. Ori.
FY. It's the stun. Ori with a couple of raises here. Snowball. And the shards. Ori not working with a lot of mana. FY kind of out of the fight a little bit.
Oof. Even with the Mind Flare level 1, it still deals a lot of damage.
It is not fun to deal with. And Red Panda back over here. He doesn't have a lot of life either. But they've spent a lot of the support's lives over here mid. And it's not really procuring them anything.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So, Azure able to farm up. You've got Ori who still feels confident. Snowball in. They will get a kill there onto FY. Ooh, gets that. But Ori TPing and even getting a kill here on Undyne. They go to the Primal Split. They'll have the Void Panda to pull back Ulu if need be. They'll stun him up once. And now Ulu getting away, but another stun is there. There's the Void Panda pull. And they've got the kill onto Ulu. Ori getting a double kill there and really making that TP well worth it.
Yeah, beautifully executed from Ori. He TPs in, they get a first kill, gives Bach just enough XP to get level 6 from that kill, and immediately use the split so they get another one. Things are looking much more difficult for KEV in this second game. Ori popping off on top of the net worth. Low on his CK. We said it's very important for Low, for his lane to be secured, and so far so good. Having 0 deaths, playing a super strong carry that doesn't get bursted that easily. Compared to DB in the previous game. We've seen him dying multiple times from like double edge +1 spell.
Yeah, he had died. I think 0-6 was the start on that. He did not have a fun time. Snowball again. Shards, though, blocking the escape from FY. Red Panda's come over. There's a Blood Grenade down, but Mind Flare again doing a good amount of damage onto the OD. They look over at Red Panda to maybe turn this. Meanwhile,
he's gonna
Phantasm
die to
was
the
used
Maledict
by
until
Low.
he gets saved. And he does get saved by Astral. Another tick. Ooh, that was close. Nice save from Butterfly Effect.
At the same time,
Ori
Low was trying to get a kill up top, too. I mean, they're really playing aggressive on Azure.
Ori having a time of his life. They are playing around him, however, replenishing his bottle multiple times in a row.
I know Bach can be left down here with 1v1, right?
Yeah, and also in terms of scaling, this is a super scaling draft from Azure. You have CK, this hero, once he gets to his 3-4 items, it gets pretty difficult. Ori, more stacks being made for him in the jungle.
Why sitting over mid, getting that solo experience. Not the same story on the side here of KEV. There is only that double stack on that big camp. Top lane, Red Panda. Go to the cast, they'll pop the Phantasm again, Reality Rift, but here's Zulu. They're trying to turn it here with the Stampede. They've got the damage, and they will get that kill on a low. Not protecting him enough.
Yeah, Ming managed to TP out
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, just got
A
away
little
on
bit-
that one.
with the rotation. That's a TP rotation. A lot of the times you'll see Gyro go through the twin gates, but TP rotation, not something that we see too often. If this is going to secure them the tower, that's pretty fine, because bottom lane is also pretty safe. This is where Undyne is collecting some of the XP. Somebody needs to take care of the mid lane, butterfly effect.
Almost split. Is this worth it if Lulu dies, though?
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, Void Panda pull into the Reality Rift.
Stayed for too
Kill
long.
for low. Yeah.
Radiant's top
Can't be
tower
staying
is
too
under
long like that, and I understand wanting to put reverse pressure on, but giving up a kill on your carry once more just is giving away any advantage you made in that top lane.
Ooh, big stacks. Hopefully Ori doesn't scout this one, because if they steal these stacks, these are 4 stacks right now. Red Panda, like, he can be the one farming it. I would definitely not mind if he uses Firefly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They find him, they stun him. Got Maledict in, and they're going to spot these stacks as they get this kill. So now, KEV force themselves in and try and protect it. They look to get the kill on it. Ori, the Sanity's going to be dropped down, and they've got the Requiem. Undyne and Red Panda are dead. They don't kill off anybody on the side of Azure Ray just yet. They've got the Voodoo Restoration. They're still playing aggressive. They're looking over at Butterfly Effect. They'll land the stun.
Ori wants the stacks. He's like, guys, keep them busy for 2 seconds. I'll
Yeah, I
clear
just
the
gotta
stacks
grab these.
immediately. This is a big dub for Azure Ray. They should not let this one go. I'm really surprised that Red Panda didn't just go for it and took him himself.
Oh, Butterfly Effect. Even Ulu trying to fight
chain
this
feed.
Stampede. Yeah, they really just are not playing this the way that they should. As Flame Break, I believe, pushed Bach even closer, and Ulu's dead too. This game is going from bad to worse.
Just a disaster of a fight for KEV in the last couple of minutes. Ulu was kind of the one who started it with the TP rotation, and they're going to steal the Ancient stacks as well, where he
Under attack.
did stay for too long in the top lane. They did not want to clear the stacks of their own. Just a bad decision after a bad decision. And now you have Gyrocopter with level 1 flak cannon 12 minutes into the game. You're not going to be able to catch up. This is the hero that kind of relies to being on top of the netboard, staying half an item ahead of the enemy carry with his built-in damage.
Finding Butterfly Effect.
Oh no, not that. This is just getting worse and worse. They don't know what to happen, how to fix this problem.
Radiant's middle tower
7,000 net worth behind, and there's no answers that they're giving to us yet. They've fed multiple times. I mean, that fight up top was over, and they continue to lose more and more. They want to defend those stacks. They wanted to defend that part of the map, but when you lose both Ulu and Butterfly Effect there, it's just not worth it at the end of the day. Whoa.
Looking at the
Going to Orchid.
supports as well on KEV, you have Batrider usually is like 12, 13 minutes. You have a Blink Dagger, maybe even some gold saved up on top of it, but Red Panda playing a very sacrificial Batrider. Like this hero is picked to farm. Like you are not playing a team game. You are playing for yourself, getting a pick off and going back to farming with the Batrider position 4.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Don't quite get the damage out to kill Undyne there. Good job by using that Walrus Punch and throwing the shards to get in between him and the rest of Azure Ray.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
14 minutes in,
Radiant's has fallen.
bottom tier 1 tower goes down. CK closing in on this Orchid. You've got SNY almost for the Shadow Fiend. They find Butterfly Effect. That is just so much damage.
Oh, Mind Flare almost instantly kills him. That's level 1
Yeah.
Mind Flare. So max mana's damage is only 20%. a bonus extra damage that you took is 25%. So gonna be quite a lot, and he's getting closer to Dagon. Next set of items for Azure Ray is gonna hurt them a lot. Right now they can't deal with what they have. Once you pick up Orchid, once you pick up Shadowfiend, like he's going for S and Y, so that's gonna give him status and slow resistance. Radiance on Bach, which is about to be finished in the next 2 minutes. Things are gonna look pretty different. They already are, but in the next 2-3 minutes, I would not be surprised if they lose 2, maybe more fights, and they just call it, because things are looking pretty grim. It says 8K. In my book, this is like 16,000 net worth already for Azure Ray.
And truth be told, Batrider and Tusk are not heroes in the moment. They feel more like creeps. Especially the Batrider without that Blink Dagger, and still so far away from it. So FY is under some vision. They know exactly where he's at, and Red Panda, the willpower and strength to farm, knowing that that's there. FY searching far and wide, but not finding anything. It's not yet, and there's the Requiem. That lands. Snowball comes in. It's going to be, ooh, as well as the rest going for this, and that's going to be the perfect play here for the side of KEV, at least to start. But have they run out of steam? They just get up on their high ground. They lose Butterfly Effect, but that was really well done to at least get that.
Well, they got more than I expected them to get, considering that there was a snowball onto 3, lined up perfectly for a 3-man stun from FY. Didn't get the value out of Carapace, but Shadowfiend did die. Any kill they can get, anything they can prolong the game, works for KEV right now.
Need everything and anything that they can to do so, so we'll see if Azure Ray can still shut the door on them, but KEV looking for ways to keep it open. Bach continuing to farm. They've got this Orchid now finished on CK with that armlet. Whoa. He's had such a good game. He is up by a lot over Ulu on this gyrocopter. Has the Chrysalis, Falcon Blade going into an Ags, but that Ags is still 2 components away, or in my words, basically finished.
Close. Has it, yeah. I mean, Jaro can carry this game if... Problem is, he's
Middle tower is under attack.
kind of be most of their damage once he picks up that Aghanim Scepter, so you still need a BKB after that Ags. And Brewmaster will throw you into the air. If most of your damage is coming out, next Assassin, any kill they can get, FY, Ulu will pick it up. Extra almost 400 gold for him. Making a move on 2 different sides of the map.
And they lassoed, and they were trying to get a kill there on a Bach potentially, but that's not going to work out. Red Panda placing some vision on his quest to survive, as he does have a TP if he wants to get out.
Nah, he does not want a TP. He wants to farm. He wants to farm these camps and finish off his Blink Dagger with the next Firefly. This is what he should have been doing, I would say, throughout the whole game. Would have another item, would have another Force Staff or a Yule Scepter or whatever he wants to buy as his next item. This is a greedy hero. That's why you pick him to farm, and there it is. The Blink Dagger now available. No lasso for 40 seconds. Cast
Butterfly
dodge.
effect. Oh, and Spike Carapace thinking if they needed that Requiem, they don't. Centaur sitting here pretty low and nearby low as well. Just pushing this creep wave into the tier 2 tower. Moving as a pack, though, for the side of Azure Ray. Getting themselves an amplified damage on Ori. If they find a couple of kills, they could potentially go Roche afterwards. That's the game plan. Actually, don't find their eyes on Ulu or Undyne, and this courier from this Tusk was cutting across, but the side of Azure Ray, they're in the way of him getting those items. Butterfly effect showing up mid once again. He is 2-5-1, not exactly enjoying this game as OD.
tough game for him, dealing with all these illusions, playing into Nexus Acid. I was surprised that they decided to pick him inside. Oh, the stomp doesn't land. Would definitely be a kill. He was isolated from the rest of the team. Lasso off cooldown. More than enough damage with OD hitting you multiple times with Arcane Orb, Sanity's Eclipse. A missed opportunity.
Definitely a missed one there, and they are pulling back net worth-wise. Gyro's getting there, has that axe. So the farming capability it's in, and FY again. There's this sentry ward, but it doesn't matter. Undyne is dead. They've got the sentry that sees FY, so they stampede.
The way you play against Nyx Assassin as Gyro, if you see him running at you like that, because he can easily carapace off. Side gunner, you need to put your Aghanim Scepter in the backpack, and there it is. He just gets it, carapace off the side gunner.
Yeah, so that means they lock him down. They get this kill. They'll take out Ulu. Meanwhile, top lane, Shang-Chi. It's going to be a TP over from FY if they need it. Maledict should do the job. And it will. I was actually thinking about it, but Witch Doctor still has the Gris at 470 gold. Also has 2,000 gold saved up, too.
Yeah, that's almost his Aghanim Scepter if he wants to pick that one up.
Undyne. 2 seconds stun, silenced as well. The burn won't be enough. They go to the lasso, but that's Red Panda feeding his life away.
They need some kind of a damage paired up. They need either butterfly effect or they need Ulu to be there so they can actually kill people during lasso, because right now they are definitely struggling to do so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And just feeding your life away like that, they're going to lose the tier 2 tower. And I'm starting to wonder where KEV kind of pulled themselves out from. Because it's a 10,000 net worth lead, and Azure Ray has free reign of the map.
They're having a hard time getting out on the map. Again, no lasso available, but they still want to go and make something happen. Smoke behind Ulu, Roshan. They know something's cooking.
You get clean swept in this fight, and that might just be the end of it.
FY is in a good spot. They're also sending out the illusions, blocking every single entrance. There is Watcher available, so they need to get the jump.
Blink, Hoof Stomp, coming in, thinking about the Requiem. Flame Break bounces them away. They will find themselves the Bat Rider, whose life is extended thanks to the Astral Imprisonment, and blinks away.
Or
Red
it could
Panda,
just stick before he blinked out.
able to survive for a second. Call down's used. Primal Split comes in. They go to the Hoof Stomp, and now Ooh's trying to stand his ground and have the damage. The double stun comes out here from FY. They get the kill. Now Ooh, they'll take out this gyrocopter. The Requiem flies through and fears up a couple. Shang-Chi's dead. Astral Imprisonment doesn't get the kill. Butterfly Effect's in trouble. They'll call GG, and that will be Azure taking game number 2, evening up the series at 1.
Yeah, I said I would not be surprised if they call GG if they lose 2 or 3 more fights. It seems like that's the case where they feel like they can't be taking these fights. Had some okay saves with OD, but other than that, their game...
To feel Marcy become a problem, right? You
Yes,
get that
this
Basher
is...
BKB, and you're off to the races.
This could be a bit difficult. The issue that they don't have the burst damage. Leshrac deals some with the wall, of course. Clockwork gets on top of you, but it's not like you get jump, you get axe called, Sunray behind you, some other position for like Lion or Dark Willow, some extra damage coming out. It's more about Radiance, right clicks from Lifestealer, Battery needs some time to kick in, Iron Shell overtime damage, Chen doesn't provide you with damage. So yeah, it can be difficult. I think KEV could sustain
30 seconds
through
to battle.
damage from Azure Ray.
So does that mean you have to pace really quickly?
They're really strong once they group up. Want to see what the Darkseer is going to build. Whether he wants to go for Aura item. You have Chen. I think you also want to be getting some scaling. You want to be getting... I want to see Shiva's Guard as well, reduce that healing, whether that's going to be from Leshrac or whether that's going to be from Darkseer, but slightly earlier. I'm not saying, you know, rush Shivas on Leshrac or rush Shivas on Darkseer, but get it maybe as your third instead of fourth item.
Right. One thing I wanted to talk about is Chen. He's gone to the facet of summon convert with the Satyr Convert. So right away he's got access to Mana Burn, which is going to be pretty annoying. Nothing too crazy in this lane, but, you know, mana burning, say, Timbersaw, where he's unable to have as much fun with Whirling Death in that Timber Chain, makes him just a touch more vulnerable, right?
Yeah, but he has exposure therapy. Timbersaw is ready whenever he destroys the tree. He gains some mana back, so that's pretty nice.
And you got to come in here with Quelling Blade as well and just cut down as many trees as possible.
Just cut down some random trees when you're passing by.
Why not?
There it is. Got the mana. That's what matters. Got another one. Cut the trees that you're not playing off of with your, where you know you're not going to be using the Whirling Death, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Does he... I mean, it counts with tangos too, right?
Yeah.
So Tango and a Quelling Blade and has Whirling Death. Timber, I
Timber
feel like
should
this is
buy
so
a Battle
lore-friendly.
Fury.
Okay. Yeah. If you're crafting like me these days.
Always have that Quelling Blade available. It
But-
synergizes nicely with Chakram. Throw out your Chakram, can't attack with the Battle Fury. Sounds nice.
Sounds good to me. I think that sets up pretty well.
Radiant's courier
But-
has been killed.
Ooh, losing that courier to start. That's never a great feeling. But when you're playing the lane up that high, it does leave you vulnerable for this happening. That's for sure. I'm ready to see what FY wants to do. You know, this is a pretty classic combo, right? Ion Shell onto a Clockwork, he hook shots in, and then all of a sudden you've got that extra little bit of output damage with that and the Battery Assault.
They are pushing the lane in, so quite difficult for Azure to play the bottom lane. The Cogs, they are starting to hit. He did push him multiple times.
Jesus! Whoa!
Okay, Ulu.
Ulu.
That's on him. Like, he's playing way too deep underneath the tower. Gets himself trapped by the Cogs. Maybe he's still not used to expanded armature, so you have bigger radius on the Cogs.
And the cogs work from inside now, right? So you're getting pushed and bounced around. That feels awful. Because he got pushed, what, 3 times?
Maybe even 4 times.
That's...
Might even be 5. I'm not even kidding.
Stop.
I heard a lot of. I think it was 4. I rounded it up to 5.
Oh, I mean, at that point, it's almost 10 times. Oh, gosh, here we are again.
They're level 3.
Yeah, this is a problem. Undyne's taking a lot of damage, forced to tether away from Ulu. But again, it's with Ion Shell on FY. He just stays on Undyne, and Bach will get the kill.
Ulu's also going to drop.
Yeah, it might feel... It feels so great when you don't really have to do the work. Ion Shell can do it for you, but it runs out on FY. He pops the Battery Assault, and they get both kills over bottom.
Because of that kill, it allows it to get level 3 faster. Big difference in the lane, having 2 points in Ion Shell, 2 points in Battery Assault. The damage, not doubles. It goes from 20 to 45 on Battery Assault, which is a big difference.
On top of which, by the way, Marcy doesn't have a TP back into the lane, staying idle, and now will finally TP back in. But that was 17 seconds without having that TP available when the respawn hit.
Things are already pretty bad. You're like, okay, it can only get worse, so might just wait for 15 seconds.
They're so willing to play this lane so far forward. I'm a little surprised. Like, this is exactly where Ulu died just a second ago.
Butterfly effect mid. FY, he's ready to go in.
Yeah, potentially.
Looking for an angle. Has ice armor from Ogre Frost Mage.
FY looking for an opening. Not quite finding it yet. To the point where Undyne's here, so they've left Ooh alone. And that means Undyne's not going to get back here, so Ooh can't play the lane.
Marcy's alone bottom. Like they...
Yeah.
If they get a jump again, she's not going to have anything to rebound off. They're killing the creeps. There is only catapult available, and FY is ready to go.
Yeah,
Blood grenade
they have
thrown.
blood grenade. They have vacuum, but there's the dispose. You're staying a little close to Undyne. They've got the vacuum back into the cogs. And Undyne, they might be happy to just get this kill on Undyne. They're actually going to go through the Twin Gate. They bring over TMing. Butterfly Effect TP's in. With the Corrosive Breath, he'll kill off FY. They don't get anything out of this now, but it did force Butterfly Effect off the lane.
Tianming made a rotation through the Twin Gates, bringing his
They have
creeps as
complete
well.
vision.
Okay, so they need to run away. Butterfly Effect's not going to be able to chase him down, and this opens up the map. You're playing against Leshrac, who, unfortunately for him, he doesn't have any points in Diabolic Edict yet, because this would be a dead tower. Might still be a dead tower, considering that there is 6 creeps available in the mid lane. Butterfly
still
Effect, what do you do?
bottom.
Just go back to the lane. It's not worth it. They're forced to use the glyph.
And that's really going in far and beyond. And actually not even going back yet. Like, this is a walk back from Butterfly Effect. Doesn't really get much out of it except for FY. And just get blocked up. Or he now has 1 level in Diabolic Edict.
There is no
FY
glyph.
still in the face of Butterfly Effect, and FY getting a tip from Butterfly Effect now. Just annoying him, and I think that tip was a bribe for him to stop. And really ridiculous here. Finally makes it back to the lane. Getting a couple of denies here. But with the map opening up, low. He's top of the CS chart. Darkseer already at level 6. He's going straight into the Guardian Greaves.
So that's going to be big momentum for them, having Guardian Greaves, having whatever Chen decides to go for, Holy Locket, drums he can buy pretty much into anything as a position 5. Having Hand of God plus Guardian Greaves, it's going to be a lot of tankiness early on. We talked about KEV being tanky, but if they lose the laning stage with a draft like this, things are going to be super difficult. Marcy, problem with the hero is, especially when played from a core role, you don't have the farming tools. Sidekick is okay, but you can't match up the farm against some of these stronger farmers, something that comes online super quick if we're talking about, you know, matchups against Gyro, against Sven, where you get obliterated, you die. The hero just doesn't jungle that way, because you're not using your ability to rebound, dispose. It's more about the sidekick mid lane, Butterfly Effect.
On the high ground, and they're going to get a kill here on a Butterfly Effect. Azure happy with that one. The Infest pop, the Timber Chain away. Shanxi just getting out of harm's way. FY happy to get a little bit more experience under his belt. He was hoping to get level 6. He'll certainly have it before 10 minutes into the game, and combine that with the Ion Shell now at level 4, that with the Battery Assault. We saw what the damage could do earlier, but it's going to be that more overwhelming just a second later.
Radiant's middle tower has
So
been
at least they get
denied.
the deny on the tower.
That's something, but it
That's a
also...
small positive.
It is, yeah. Opening up the map. Dragonite is the one who's suffering the most with that TP rotation, sticking around the bottom lane, then needed to walk back to the base and then TPing in. So kind of wasted 75, 80, maybe even more seconds, not getting any farm whatsoever. One of the reasons why he is on the bottom in terms of net worth. And Smoke from Azure. They are making a move. Relocate available. Let's see if Undyne's going to pop that immediately as soon as they get the jump.
Alright. Red Panda. That is going to be a dead Red Panda, so another earn charge there for FY. As FY, not level 6, still looking to get the gold for the Spirit Vessel, but has that earn. You talked about it. This is a very big Spirit Vessel game, and with FY being able to get involved, I don't really see a point where he's going to be chargeless. So it's going to be Spirit Vessel quite often. Cogs around, relocate in, and they're going to try and make a move, but the rebound push with the Cogs there, and they'll unleash, but the wall is down. So going after Bach, or at least trying to, but he's got that mech, or he comes over. They need to make a move quickly before they get sent back, and they get nothing out of that first relocate.
He's
They
tanky
just
enough.
Do not have enough.
Yeah, to survive. Like, their damage needs to be dealt during the Dragon Tail stun, Marcy ulti, or Timbersaw connecting with the double chakra and with Whirling Death. Shang-Chi not having that good of a game again. Panda is level 6.
Trying to get a kill there on the TMing. They'll drop down the Supernova. Twisted Chakram, the chase is on. They want to get these kills. The hookshot was used. The Cogs, ooh, actually getting hit into Shang-Chi, but Ori, he's going to die.
It could have been around, like, the turnaround potential if Low maybe TP'd slightly earlier with the Infest. Leshrac would be able to land a stun, maybe like a bottle charge or something. Would have enough heal. But still, Azure, they are dominating the map. Should still give them respect to Marcy. If Marcy gets her items, this is, you know, armlet, into phase boots, into BKB type of a game. And then the big damage is going to come out with some like Basher, Daedalus. FY going for potentially a solo kill, but doesn't have hookshot available. And speaking of the Spirit Vessel, Butterfly Effect. They're not gonna go. This is, I think I've said it, like, best. This might be the bestest Spirit Vessel game ever. Every single hero is affected by it.
Red Panda, 4 stickers, dive away. Yeah, this Spirit Vessel, like you said, feels like a good game for it. Not only that, though, but it feels like he's gonna get charges one way or another, right? You're either hookshotting or you're dying, or you're in the middle of all these heroes and getting a bunch of kills, because you are sending it with this Clockwork.
Yeah, and you also have Battery Assault to farm things up if you don't feel like you need to fight. It deals double damage to creep, so with Clockwork, you're always going to get the farm. This time he's not maxing out the power cogs, having that 1 point in Rocket Flare, needed to have it. Oh, they're going to go. Red Panda.
First dive, Rocket Flare,
Cogs,
trying to kick the cog. Missing, but it's just level Diabolic Edict. It is level 3, but they are forced to glyph it out. Meteor Hammer early for this Timbersaw.
Not the usual item, I would say, but we're gonna see more of Meteor Hammers being picked up. Especially on Storms, it does give you a lot of region amplification. It is 75% of your mana region amplification. So even seen Storms pick up double Meteor Hammers.
Double?
Just to, if you get the ball rolling, you can have infinite mana with the Storm Spirit. You get those galvanized charges.
I understood one, but double Meteor Hammer, I am ready to see that in a pro game.
Probably not going to happen in a pro game, but a lot of stuff from pubs does get copied. Hook shot in. Two of them.
Yeah, and the wall down. Icarus died, but it gets stopped so quickly, and they're going to unleash, but Ooh's in trouble. The vacuum back.
They're going
he
for the
has nowhere
egg.
to go. They have the egg in trouble. They'll get themselves a second kill. This is Butterfly Effect getting away thanks to the relocate to the side, but Undyne tethering, TPing, and surviving.
There's a lot of sustain on Azure. Guardian Greaves completed double bracer on Bach, so he becomes super tanky, 1400 HP. And then you have Chen going for Solar Crest. I believe the full item is being delivered. No, it's just mana boots for now. But Pavis,
Standing still. Maybe not the best there for the Timber Saw. Able to just walk away from this Lifestealer. He's just about got this Radiance, and by just about, I mean about 2,200 gold away. Still trying to get a kill. They land the stun. Shang-Chi vacuum back into death. Overwhelming damage once again, and the Diabolic Edict onto this tower. That is a quick tier 1.
the Bach did catch him. And they're not done. FY ready to hook shot. They do have the damage to bring him down from 100 to 0. But just these two heroes, even if there's a Sun Ray, which is only level 1 at the moment. And KEV almost said Keen Gaming, looking at their logo. They are having the same issues as they did in the game number 2.
Yeah, the laning phase is just broken down on them so heavily. And Shang-Chi looking to respond here, but you TP in and you're immediately out. Again, Diabolic Edict just ripping through towers. That is crazy. And that is the power of the Diabolic Edict. Of course, we've seen it, we know it, and KEV having to react to this. RC, maybe when BKB comes out, you'll feel confident, but even then, it's not exactly that easy of a game for the Marcy anymore.
He did land the stun on Io.
Can they get the kill here? Hand to God, that's going to be more sustained. They go to the Supernova. Ori low! But surviving. Supernova goes off. Bach coming back in. They got the Ion Shell. They'll pop the Infest. They'll go for more. They'll go for broke as low in a little bit deep. Needs some help, FY. No hook shot available. Has 1 charge left on the Spirit Vessel. Thinking about who to use it on the rebounding from Ulu. But now the vacuum out of 2. Chakram's down. Cogs are out. They did just, Icarus dive away. But Red Panda not getting far enough from this Lifestealer.
We did mention that both lineups are super tanky, and you can see the power of it. Just the fights are lasting for so long. Marcy getting unleashed at the very end of it, gets pulled back in by Relocate, and now the Spirit Vessel has been completed. And I like what we had Steve stuff.
GG!
Yeah, I mean, they understand. They know that it's not going well for them. They're just going to be... they have no business, to be honest, left in this game. But you can still play the game for another 5 to 10 minutes, try to prolong as possible. But the game has been done. The way they itemized, how tanky they are, Hand of God, Guardian Greaves, Blood...